Kristen Clark here backstage at Trespass America Festival. And could you start off by introducing yourself to our site visitors?
Yes, I'd love to. My name's Frankie Palmieri, and I sing for Emmure and hang out in Philly backstage at the glorious catering hall they set up today. So nice to be here.
Great, thank you so much. So, how are you enjoying Trespass? What does a festival like this mean to you?
This is like one of the biggest opportunities the band has ever gotten to play the rooms we've been playing and be a part of this package altogether. All the bands on it are just top-notch bands, and to be put in that caliber is really flattering and awesome for us. So it's a big step for us in our career, and hopefully this leads to more bigger, better opportunities. What more can I say?
So your album "Slave to the Game" was released back in April of this year, was it? So, how happy are you with that's performing? This is your 5th studio album. You guys try anything different with it?
I would say that this was kind of a segue to what we're about to do next. It really wouldn't be the album I would say defines us or was the one that we feel is the best foot forward in terms of what we're attempting to create. But it's got a lot of awesome moments on it, and I think that there's certain tracks that are really special that I really personally enjoy a lot, and I hopefully other people do as well. And I think that has shined through, and it's just another part of our catalog for me really at this point, and more looking forward to what's happening next, honestly.
So what is on the agenda next for you?
We're gonna, do some more touring on this album cycle, and then hit the studio again and do a new album, and back at the grind. You know what I mean? But really looking forward to getting to the studio and putting some songs together. I'm really, really excited actually.
So did you have anything left over from the recording sessions for this album that maybe didn't make the cut or you'd like to see in the future?
I would like to say that nothing I wanted to accomplish made the cut, really. I just, that's why I'm so eager to jump back into it and get to writing, is because there's so much I actually wanted to say and do that I was unable to for, multitude of reasons. It's going to be like a new breath of fresh air for the band once we get back in the studio and stuff, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
So, how do you feel about the evolution of the band to this point?
It's from the outside, I don't know what people see really. From the inside looking out, for me, it's like we're working hard, we're just trying to continue to have fun with what we're doing, and hopefully other people can get into it. The only reason we do this is because of the people, honestly. There's no other payoff, there's no other reason to keep going except that maybe someone out there, this really means a lot to them. So that's why we do this. And for the evolution of the band or whatever, musically or internally or whatever, we've had so many things happen to us that I think might have killed other bands, but we've always managed to stick through, and things have always worked out for the better for us. So it's everything happens for a reason, I guess. So it's pretty good.
Definitely. So, how do you feel in general about the current state of rock and metal music? Do you think that we're due to see any kind of resurgence of that?
I think there's no such thing as a resurgence. I think it never goes away. I just think that trends change in music, and what people are capitalizing on changes in music a lot, really. And in the 80s, it was glam rock, and then it turned into grunge, and then I grew up listening to alternative rock bands, or then maybe breakthrough bands like Korn or Limp Bizkit come out, and then opens doors for even more artists to experiment with sound, or to just kind of knock down walls as far as mixing styles is concerned and stuff like that. So it's really all mixed together. There's metal finding its way being matrimony with hip hop now. I've seen plenty of artists like Lil Wayne be considered rock and roll artists, and I think it's awesome. I think that the more labels get shut down and people have a hard time being able to pigeonhole music. Oh, it's this kind of band. You guys are this is what you sound like, and I only listen to this kind of band. So you're not that kind of band. So I don't like that. The more and more that gets broken down, the bigger opportunities and more things are gonna happen for heavy music. Period. So I hope that people continue to be more open-minded with what heavy music or metal or rock can be, and it'll turn into something amazing for everybody.
Oh, absolutely. I think keeping the diversity there is important. I mean, a lot of these festivals, you see a lot of diversity at some of them, and it definitely opens people's eyes to stuff that they may not have listened to before.
I think it's great for artists to take chances. Really, I mean, not that I don't appreciate people who take a craft that's already been done and make it good again. You know what I mean? And no one. I mean, I don't think for anything at all, like to say that like my band has reinvented the wheel. But we're definitely like taking our version of the wheel and pushing it as hard as we can. So that's what I like seeing artists do. Either way.
So, being that we're a pop culture based website and we're always engrossed in it, is there anything particular that you can't get enough of these days?
In terms of what? I mean, I don't know. I think I'm like a product of like pop culture reference as a whole. I think what I mean. Like I grew up with like internet and TV and all this stuff is just constant sensory overload. So. I mean, it never stops. I don't know. I really couldn't answer the question. I guess it's like everything around me is pretty amazing. Honestly, it's like the fact that we as a society like pick and choose what we're going to be sensational about. I think is pretty interesting too. So, I'm very aware of that.
Absolutely, and you guys have a lot of comic book, video game references in a lot of your music, right?
Yeah. I've taken that route creatively in the writing to kind of like put myself outside the music, but also be able to like tell stories that are captivating. And I see myself a lot more so in fictional characters, and so my ability to relate with them kind of helps me put that towards the music, and it makes it more like I think an interesting product, at least for me, to create and like take a chance, because usually a lot of stuff I write about was more just internal, like about myself. So I thought maybe like mix the two worlds together and talk about myself through other avenues would make it interesting. So.
Oh, of course. So would you ever think about doing a graphic novel or something like that, like based around the music?
Around our music, maybe. I mean, I've given it thought. I've seen it done before, actually, and I think it's really impressive when artists can like take what they're doing sonically and turn it into a visual. I mean, really an next step to that is music videos, really. So you bring that down to a graphic novel and it could be really awesome. I would love to write for a comic book, period. I wouldn't even care. I would love to write a story for something like that. Intrigues me.
That's awesome. So are there any areas that you're looking forward to visiting on Trespass?
There hasn't been one stop I haven't been to already, to be honest. But all the dates have been great, and Philly should be good tonight, and then we're gonna go to Tennessee really soon, right? Yeah, and tomorrow, and I haven't been there in a while, so that should be cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. So what's the best way for us to keep up to date with everything?
I mean, you can Google our band name, and the world is your oyster. And I mean, you can't miss us. You know what I mean? So all the tour dates and music is online. Find it anywhere and any social networking site, I'm sure. And so you can stay in touch with us.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. I appreciate it.